Hello, my name is Angela Harney. I'm a senior consultant of data engineering and cloud services and a Snowflake data superhero. I am presenting highlights from the Snowflake Summit back in June. Now that everyone has had a chance to hear about all the new features, I hope my review encourages you to select a couple to deep dive into. I'll be doing a demo that highlights the feature that I'm most excited about. My favorite session at the summit was the Women in Snowflake. I designed coding puzzles for the group to assemble, and the collaboration was really neat to see them put those together and generate a solution. I have a spotlight of 6 different features that were announced. With Snowflake Intelligence, you can press Control-I in the new Workspaces UI and ask questions of data across your enterprise, such as, what do I need to focus on today to grow my business? Very exciting for executives. The AI SQL, where you can join on a chat prompt in SQL, is my favorite feature that they have announced. I'm going to be doing a demo on that later in this session. I can't wait to show that stuff to you. With Snowflake Horizon Catalog, the expansion on interoperability is what I wish as a developer could have been possible right away from the start and is now happening. And the Copilot discovery just makes it easy. So more on that to come in later slide. With DBT projects, developers can integrate with Git now in Snowflake, and everyone's excited about hearing about this. So I'll go over that a little bit more. With the semantic model stuff that they're doing in Snowflake, you can now create a semantic view that is stored in a Snowflake schema and query it using SQL. So more on that in a minute. And then the adaptive and Gen 2 warehouses, they scale and utilize clusters with increased capacity. And they can now take those new memory chips and optimize that inside of that compute processing within Snowflake. Is phenomenal. Let's take a look at our first feature. What's really cool about the Snowflake Intelligence is that you can now ask deeper insight questions. For example, if you have a business such as Tasty Bites and you experience poor sales in the West region, you can ask, why were sales down in the West region this year? And you can get a response back such as, there was a drought in the Western states affecting produce markets. Snowflake will combine the results across external data sets that you connect to, such as Associated Press and US Today, and come up with a combined data set to be able to look at a more comprehensive view of your business. This will be a very new way to look at work in upcoming years that's going to be phenomenal. With the AI SQL, they have finally brought the power of AI to the everyday SQL programmer. This is why I'm so excited about this. Leverage world-class optimizations in hardware that they've been able to incorporate and do things like utilize small sample models so that they estimate that compute efficiently. They'll run MapReduce so you don't have to synthesize row by row inference. But to be able to query this in SQL but incorporate those AI prompts is fantastic. Adaptive warehouses now remove most of the complexity of having to know what warehouse size to pick. And it will not only scale for volume, but you can also set the max cluster count up to 300 on some sizes to scale connections as well. With Gen 2 warehouses, new memory chip improvements now make it possible to boost memory capacity and network gigabytes per second. You still need to write efficient queries and bring the least amount of data to the query that's necessary to satisfy the workload. But the speed and capacity that's available with these new warehouses mean that your troublesome bottlenecks are a thing of the past. You can read my article out on Medium for some of the technical details on these warehouses. It's pretty exciting. With Workspaces, they've come up with a new and improved file-based UI called Workspaces that are private to each person, yet allow file collaboration and integration with tools such as Git and dbt projects. which we'll take a look at next. But I do want to mention here to keep your eye out for the new functionality that you're going to be seeing with Copilot in Snowflake. It's doing some phenomenal things. With the dbt projects, it's now integrated in Snowflake using dbt Core, not dbt Cloud. And they will incorporate the new licensing changes coming up with Fusion. But every developer I talk to about this loves being able to execute the Jinja right from the SQL file. And to take a look at DAG runs in the observability panel is amazing. What I love is the ability to drill all the way down to the logs without having to connect and authenticate to a separate tool. So it's all good stuff. The semantic views that they're doing now in Snowflake are views that are stored in a schema. You can now create them as a view that you can query in SQL with business-friendly syntax. So you identify your tables, relationships, facts, dimensions, and metrics all right there within Snowflake. There's a semantic view generator, which is a wizard to help look at the creation and process for models. And what Snowflake can do with Cortex AI in the agentic native apps is something that you can go out and take a look at Marketplace to see and create your own Cortex AI native app. But be sure and keep an eye out in the future for what they have planned for Cortex extensions. It will definitely be one of my focuses in my own personal AI roadmap. Snowflake announced OpenFlow to make ingesting data a single solution experience and reduce the hassle of managing external tools and security. It's built on NiFi, so there's a number of connectors, and it works with unstructured and structured data, making everything easy. Snowpipe streaming is now continuous loading. Yeah, you can use that with the REST API for direct lightweight data ingestion. SnowGrid now makes it possible to share data across regions and providers. It's cross-cloud and has a lineage support for consolidated governance. The Postgres announcement at Summit was a connector that runs as an agent on a Docker image within your network to push data from Oracle to your Snowflake account using CDC. Snowflake acquired Crunchy Data to provide a managed Postgres database called Snowflake Postgres. The last feature I have to share is Horizon Catalog. You can now search catalogs outside of Snowflake and see the data lineage. You can enhance data quality monitoring and improve your extensibility with this. The fun announcement at Snowflake was that Snowflake will be the official data sharing and collaboration platform at the LA 28 Olympic and Paralympic Games in collaboration with Team USA. They were given a custom pair of Snowflake Nikes by Team USA and Snowflake Game Team USA custom snowboard. So the shoes were very cool. In addition, Snowflake is announcing an AI hub down in Silicon Valley at their Snowflake facility in Menlo Park. You can come try out Snowflake features, build hands-on labs with subject matter experts, chat with industry peers. So looking forward to going down there and seeing what that's all about. I'm going to step over to do a hands-on tutorial now. I'm going to queue up some AI SQL. I'm going to go ahead and create a database and a schema to store my artifacts in. I created a Snowflake tutorial to do this, so there's nothing fancy going on. Nothing was pre-installed. I'm going to use the AI filter function, and this will take a union of reviews given by customers, and it will provide a result set of the ones where I ask, for example, to show where the reviewer enjoyed the restaurant. The input I'm sending in is that field, which is the review. And it will come back and show me the two that were positive. If I came back here and changed this to be the ones that where they disliked the restaurant, it will return the one or more of those that were that. So you can tell that there's natural language processing going on back behind here. There's an AI classify function that will allow me to provide inputs and a series of classifications. And when I run the AI classify function, it will return for that input the classification that is most related to it. So for each of these, here's the classes and the one that relates to that input. Pretty neat stuff. The final function that I'll go over is AI Ag. It will take in a series of inputs and allow me to summarize the restaurant reviews for potential customers. So it will take in that set of responses and say that most reviews are overwhelmingly positive, etc. Pretty quick and easy to use. What's next? Continue your journey with Snowflake. There are free courses out on Coursera where you can use Snowflake for free with guided instruction. I recommend that you start with the Intro to Snowflake for devs, data scientists, and data engineers, and then Introduction to Modern Data Engineering with Snowflake. And the newest one is Introduction to Generative AI with Snowflake. I rarely sit and listen to an entire course, but I did with each of these. And I only do that if the instructor and presentation information is worth it, and each of these were. Be sure and get Snowflake certified. There is a new Snow Pro Platform Associate certification that is unproctored, so you can take it as many times as you need to in order to pass, so that you then can do additional study to get your core certification, which qualifies you then to take your advanced certifications, which are valuable in the industry. I get contacted for job opportunities because I have these certifications. There are now some specialty certifications that are also available. I encourage you to become a Snowflake Squad member, not only to do more for the community, but to build your expertise. Here are some resources that I have found to be incredible assets. I utilize these on project solutions that I deliver. Summit sessions are now available on demand. There's a build conference coming up November 4th through the 7th. We have a Snowflake Seattle user group member who acquired all the badges from out there on Snowflake. It was pretty impressive. And I really like this Snowflake Developer Solution Center. If you haven't been out there, go take a look at that. Be sure to sign up for a Snowflake user group in your area or join us at the Seattle one. We do certification study groups, hands-on tutorials. We build apps. We host Snowflake partners that present their solutions to us. So take a look at the schedule. I look forward to seeing you around.